Hello and welcome back to the M2 Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Lancy. My co-host right here is Kyle Heath. This is the show where we cover gaming industry-related news of the last week. We're coming to you on a wonderful Friday night. We're going to literally finish this, render it, post it ASAP. We're a little bit delayed. Sorry, apologies. There's a lot of stuff going on in my end of the podcast realm. Apologies for that personally. But without further ado, this week we're going to talk a little bit about how Xbox Game Mode is now on Windows. We're going to talk a little bit about how there is a Valve Steam machine that might, correct me if I'm wrong, might be the greatest thing ever. Who knows? It's a controller update. We're going to talk a little bit about how Turtle Beach has the most bizarre new mouse I've ever seen. Probably for streamers, you might want to tune in to see actually what this is about. And then finally, finishing off with a little bit about Zelda movie and a little bit of an update about where they're pulling inspiration. Probably the best thing to say. Kyle, how you been, dude? What have you been up to? You've been playing any video games? You've been grinding. You enjoy your weekend. What do you do? What are you up to, bro? Tell me.
No, I don't think I played any games, bro. I don't know. Like, I feel like a fraud. I actually feel like a fraud getting on this podcast. I'm gonna be like, I didn't play anything.
Honest, dude, there was a couple of years back where we were recording, and I was just like, dude, there were like 4 episodes in a row I hadn't played video games. And I'm like, I'm a fraud. Like, I'm a poser. You know what I mean? It's like you go to the skate park and you can't do a kickflip. You're a poser, bro. Yeah. Why are you here?
I feel like a poser, man. Listen.
So no new games? Come on.
No new games. I don't think I played anything. I was like, I don't know. I've just been I've been like working, of course, and doing that, and trying to I was gonna say like, I've been exercising this week, but no, actually, I was actually having some sciatic pain this week, so I was able to get some workouts in, but I wasn't able to do kind of my full slate, so a little bummed about that, but luckily it started to feel better, so I'm hoping kind of this next week I'll be back on track.
I got some exercises after the pod about sciatica and like how to manage it. What works for me, at least, if you want.
Yeah,
me to, give you some suggestions.
Yeah, like I only know like a couple, but yeah, no, I'd definitely like to hear any suggestions because I gotta work them into the routine.
I got you, fam.
It's one of those things like I don't know. It's weird too because like normally like I've been back on running lately, like I mentioned, I think a couple weeks back, and so I don't know. I tried to run.
Oh, that's why you're getting it. Yeah,
I tried to run. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I ran for a couple weeks and I was fine, but for whatever reason, like I tried like I felt good. I was like, all right, my sciatic doesn't feel bad. And the second I went running, I went like a quarter mile, and I was just like, nope, turn around. It's like this is. It was just it's like the landing just like triggered it even more, and so I was like, probably not ready yet. So I just went back and got like a weight training session in, and that felt fine. But yeah, I could run.
Do you do anything with like your hip, like flexors or whatever, the abductions and like reductions and everything?
Yeah, I mean, I try to like stay consistent with it.
Yeah, that's the main thing that you got to focus on because sciatica really happens when you got like multiple muscle groups from like, let's say the front of your like body pulling against the back part of your body or vice versa. You have an equilibrium problem, really. You just got to figure out where it is.
Yeah, I definitely do, man. I don't know. I mean, there's some days where I don't know. There's actually been probably more days than not where I'll wake up, my back just feels tight. Like it doesn't. It's just like kind of tense. Yeah. It doesn't hurt. It's just like it just feels tight. And so like I don't know if anyone probably saw me like after I first wake up, they'd be like, "Why are you walking like that?" Because I'd probably look insane. Like I feel insane. But
are you doing ab workouts?
Yeah, I am. So I mean, it's helping. But like also like I do have a pull-up bar. Actually, I don't have it up right now. I normally hang it up on my bathroom door. But like I've actually just been doing dead hangs like the past like week, and that's helped a lot. Just like 30 seconds to a minute, just dead hang, and that like you can. I feel myself sinking. My back just like decompresses and stretches.
Yeah, it's so weird when that happens.
It's such a funny feeling, but it is nice. So, but yeah, I've started to do that every day. So I mean, yeah, there's things to help, but I've been doing a lot of that. Outside of like video game stuff, like funny enough, like I think I may have mentioned like Pokemon cards like a week ago, and like kind of getting back into that a little bit, did some shopping and all that. I mean, I'm not like buying a bunch, but I actually it's actually insane. I could probably spend forever talking about how ridiculous it is to get Pokemon cards these days because it's gotten like a million times worse than it was just like 3 or 4 years ago. But yeah, it's very hard, especially where I live, to like find anything out in the wild if you're going shopping. So like it's typically resorting to online. So out of all stores, Dick's Sporting Goods, they do lottery like sales essentially, where like you sign up and then they'll randomly select people that sign up, and you're only allowed one thing, but they'll let you buy one thing, and they take your card information ahead. So if you get selected, they just charge it and ship it. So it's actually kind of nice. But I actually ended up winning the last Ascended Heroes kind of drop they did. So I got a booster bundle.
That's actually pretty sick.
So I'll be opening that at some point. But yeah,
it's so bizarre that you can get that Dick's Sporting Goods.
It is weird, right? Like you go up, and like to be fair, like you can go in store too. I mean, they have like a different set than this one, but like they're actually pretty stocked up with that one most of the time because it's just not as like. I mean, the cards just aren't as valuable as the set that I get the lottery for, but yeah, no, it's like they have stuff like that at the front counter. It's just so weird. Like you walk in, you're like Dick's Sporting Goods, like, but yeah, they do. Yeah, there's a lot of stores. I think I ordered some cards recently off none other than Macy's. I don't have Macy's near me, but Macy's. So it's insane, the store that actually sells this stuff. So yeah, it's
I got a couple of Macy's near me, and I don't know if this is a flex, but I like to buy Macy's. It's Macy's and Kohl's. I'll go there to buy floral shirts because floral shirts aren't very popular with people, but every time I've worn one, people are like, that's an awesome shirt.
Same.
So
same.
Yeah, so I'm just like, everybody's like, it's so ugly and tacky, and I'm just like, yeah, but it's Floral Friday. That I wear, you know what I mean? Like, come up with a theme or something just for the laughs.
Dude,
yeah.
My secret weapon, TJ Maxx. That's where I get all my like button downs and stuff.
Dude,
man.
TJ Maxx, yeah.
TJ Maxx, man, they got some good stuff, man. It's stuff that fits me well, and it's
I was about to say, TJ Maxx is the perfect place to go if you have a very symmetrical body and you're kind of lean or like in shape.
Yeah.
So that will work for me. When I go to TJ Maxx, I've bought it's called ape when your like arms are super long, or like so I'm like plus 2.5 inches of ape, which means that I'm 2.5 inches in like wingspan from my actual height. I'm like short-stopped height, so I should actually be like 6'2", but I have the wingspan of a 6'2" person. I'm like 6 foot.
So you're saying if you ended up going to the NFL draft as a linebacker, you'd be a high pick because of your arm span, like
I would at least be pretty good for like receiver or linebacker or most importantly goalkeeper with your doing soccer because you could have a span.
You'd be like, this guy Michael Anthony is insane catch radius coming out of East Carolina.
Dude, my dad's 6'2", and him and I were back to back, and I told him about what I had, and my arm span is bigger than his. But that's a problem when you're trying to go to TJ Maxx and get some like quality shirts because my shirt will be like this works because this is Gap, this is an oversized shirt, but it'll be here. it's like bro.
I have the opposite problem.
For those of you that are like only listening, I'm talking about like 3 inches off of my wrist.
I have the opposite problem, man. Every time I go long sleeve, it's always a little too long. Just like every time.
Oh really?
That's kind of, but it's weird how like. Quick side note, it's weird how like human bodies work because like arms are like different lengths, legs are different lengths, torso to like ratio is different pretty much amongst everyone, which is like wild. And people can be like, appear shorter than another person sitting down, but when they stand up, it's just they're taller. It's like whoa,
wild.
It's crazy.
Or they have like their spine might not be in scoliosis, but it won't be like it's just a biological difference of their spine is a little bit more compressed than what it should be. Yeah, biology is crazy, dude. That's why I gotta maybe if we were a fashion show, dude, I would be plugging Indochino right now because you can get measurements for free and they do discounts all of the time and they're like pretty quality shirts. You can like custom make them. Yeah, I'll swear up and down for them. Got them multiple times. Perfect, like custom made suit for like $250. Good to go,
time, man. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
but yeah, dude. Games wise, didn't really play much. But yeah, like I don't know, that's kind of been like the side hobby I've been like doing recently, just collecting cards and just kind of trying not to like overbuy and overspend, but just like over time, just like start trying to like buy a few cards every now and then, just like start a little collection again. They've been doing that.
You're vibing.
Yeah, I mean, outside of that, not too much else. I know I actually have a pretty extensive week of work coming up because we got a lot of people actually coming into town, and so it's kind of like. We're doing like it's almost like an office event kind of thing throughout the week we're doing where we're actually gonna have a bunch of people in, which is like never happens. So we have a lot of stuff playing this week, so it'll be some long days, but I don't know, I'm excited to see everyone. So should be a good week.
Good. Be good to see everybody. Maybe you just bring like a console into the office and start playing games with everybody.
In the break room. We actually have a projector.
Honest. If you bring in like an N64 or something, I bet you people would be really excited about that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, so
Mhm.
yeah, there's that. But yeah, outside of that, not much else. You've been playing games, Mike? Can you make up for my lack of playing games?
Kind of. I feel like I can at least a little bit. I've been trying to take a step back emotionally and like from work because it's just been so draining,
Yeah.
and I've accepted my fate of I can't get everything done, so it is what it is, and I'm just gonna do my best. I'm gonna hit the priority list, and then the stuff that I can't hit, I'm not gonna stress about because the paycheck hits the same every time, and it's a bad place to be for me because I'm so used to grinding and making sure I'm like professional reputation is a big thing for me, um, at least in like my sphere of the industry. And now I'm just getting to the point where it's like there's nothing I can do to make anything better, so I just have to appease people along the way, just because I have such limited time. But in the meantime, I've been like I'm getting so burnt out I have to play games because that's been my outlet since I was a little kid. Like if I was stressing with school, I went and played video games. Like it got my mind off of it. It helped me decompress, compartmentalize what I got going on in my life, that kind of thing. And so for me, just like long story short, I've been playing a buttload of like flash games on the phone. So I'm like becoming a true mobile gamer. Um, Tons of the stuff, like all those like pop up ads, I've been using a VPN to block all the ads. So I'm just playing them all the way through, like all these different strategy games, like Clans, everything. Having a good time with that. And then I went back to Halo. I've been like dropping in every now and then. We have a LAN officially set up for the next Charlotte LAN. We normally do it in April. Well, actually, May. May 24th? Isn't that a holiday? There's a holiday in May
Yeah,
that
Memorial
we.
Day, right?
Memorial Day. We used to do it Memorial Day weekend because it was an extended weekend. It's not exactly in the high end, like I don't want to give away all the trade secrets that we do, but I live right next to a lake where it's a big tourist destination. It's super freaking popular and very difficult to rent from in the summer months, but early on in like May or like September or later,
No.
it's much more affordable. It's less outside of the peak season. So if you guys were on like or follow me on Twitter, or you saw any of my posts, you would see like the land that we did last year. I was trying to plan that one for this year, but I've just been so freaking busy with work. I haven't had the opportunity to do so. I can handle everything like organizationally and logistically, but I could not handle everything financially and emotionally, to be quite honest, of like booking everything and then making sure I had to hunt down all the money to get like people to pay me back who the people that were staying there had all the materials and like go out and purchase all the other land equipment. It's like, dude, that's so intense. Like coordinating with streamers to like broadcast it as well. It's like, dude, I can't do that while I'm working a full time job and I'm working like 80 hours a week, bro. Like, come on.
No, it's not possible.
So, I get some help from like a couple of locals, and we all kind of, it's been a team effort this time around instead of just me like doing everything by my lonesome.
It's good.
Um, so we got a plan, we got everything booked, and when we get like a little bit closer, we're like 4 or 5 months out now. And when we get a little bit closer, we'll actually organize it way better. And I'll probably do like a formal announcement, maybe announce it on the pod and let people like kind of know when to tune in and check it out.
So,
So it'll be cool. It'll be cool. But that's basically what I've been up to the last week, really.
I got you.
I've been patiently trying to get ready to get back on Doom Eternal or the most recent Doom game and stuff. I'm looking forward to that. That's tomorrow morning. Best believe. I'm waking up early. I'm gonna watch the
Let's
Premier
go.
League and I'm gonna be like freaking on the console. It's gonna be sick.
Let's go, man.
But
I'm excited for
but
you.
speaking about the Xbox console, dude, should we just jump into the first article?
Let's do it, man. What's that,
Yeah.
Dad?
Tell me about a feature that they've been preaching about for freaking years and they finally rolled out.
Xbox mode begins rolling out 2 players on Windows 11 PCs today. See, this is the benefit we got. I believe this article may have dropped yesterday, but benefit we get of doing the show on a Friday is that we get to catch articles like this that we normally wouldn't.
Fact.
So
Actually,
here we
yeah.
are. We record
Yeah,
according to this day of. So let's get into it. This is from Xbox Wire. Jason Ronald, Vice President of Next Generation Xbox. Ian LeGros, Corporate Vice President of Xbox of Windows Plus Devices. Beginning today, we're excited to share that Xbox Mode will begin rolling out in select markets to Windows 11 PCs, including laptops, desktops, and tablets, bringing a console-inspired Xbox experience to more players than ever. Whether you're playing on a high-performance desktop, a gaming laptop, or a Windows handheld, Xbox Mode makes it easier to jump into your games. It adds another way to enjoy games on your PC with a controller-optimized full-screen experience that is built for play. Some players in select markets will be able to download the Xbox Mode experience today, with availability expanding to more players in those markets over the next several weeks. A more immersive way to play on PC. Xbox Mode is designed for the moments when you want your games to take center stage on Windows 11 PCs and handhelds. Inspired by the Xbox console experience, Xbox Mode offers a streamlined interface and puts your library and recently played titles within easy reach while minimizing background distractions. With Xbox Mode, you can 1. Browse and launch games using a controller-optimized interface. 2. Jump back and forth between Xbox Mode and Windows 11 desktop whenever you want. 3. Access an aggregated game library, including the full games catalog for Xbox Game Pass and installed games from leading PC storefronts. Because Xbox Mode is built on Windows, you still get the flexibility and openness of PC gaming while enjoying the more immersive and streamlined ways to play. Since first introducing Xbox Mode, formerly known as Full Screen Experience, on Windows handhelds, we've been listening closely to player feedback and continue to evolve the experience across devices. Those learnings directly shaped Xbox Mode on Windows 11 PCs. Xbox Mode is another step in our broader work to make Xbox feel consistent across screens while giving you more choice in how and where you play. Windows has long been an important part of the PC gaming ecosystem, supporting innovation through its open platform. Together with Windows, Xbox is taking everything we've learned about building a world-class operating system for gaming and continuing to evolve the experiences that meet players where and how they choose to play. Xbox Mode, Mike. Yeah, I mean, a lot to unpack. I think one of the coolest things about this is that it's the idea is it's an aggregated game library of like Steam and Epic and all that kind of just thrown into the Xbox kind of first interface. What do you think, dude? Is this game changing?
Yes, actually. Let me put it this way. It's game changing from the perspective of Microsoft and Xbox because do you remember the Xbox Companion app?
Yeah.
It was trash. And when they finally updated the Xbox app, it became significantly better, but they were lacking on a lot of social features and the ability to make it a game launcher from where I can like actually function properly like I could with Steam, right?
Yeah.
And the cool thing about honestly, I think I've had this update for a while now. I'm one of the early adopters with uh what's it called, like the pilot program that they run. What do they call it? Like Xbox it's not
Oh gosh. Um.
it's like you're a beta tester essentially.
Yeah. Xbox
Insider. Yes. So I'm one of those. And Xbox Insider, they naturally start updating your like stuff. Like you request
Oh,
access, you get
okay.
access, then they're just like, oh, there's a new update, check it out. So I've seen the game launcher over time become better. Like if I
Yeah.
could probably open it up on stream and I could show you every single game that I have, and I have like 7 different launchers. They're all integrated into Xbox. There's some problems with that. Like a good example of a problem would be when Call of Duty was bought out. Well, Activision was bought out by Xbox. One of the problems is that if you had the Xbox Game Pass, you could launch Call of Duty from your Xbox app. But
Mm.
I have a Battle.net account because I had Call of Duty, and I also have
Yeah.
like a bunch of other, like I had Overwatch, and those were Activision games. So what happened is my Xbox app was linking to my Battle.net app to get my Battle.net information, and then that was relinked back into my Xbox app to get my Xbox information so that I could play Game Pass Call of Duty.
That's
Like you
insane.
see what happens is like
Yeah.
because I've been my account's 21 freaking years old, man. So it's like they intertwine the same way it does with like EA Sports or EA Games, and like and Ubisoft has changed the launch like 3 or 4 times. So there are some nuances with the Xbox app and the launcher that the Xbox mode that they're talking about is. But I think overall it's a step in the right direction. I think what it will allow us to do, and we covered this a couple of times when people make their own Steam machine, It's going to allow people to make their own PC, Xbox gaming machine
Right.
that is way more powerful than any Xbox console, and you can just throw that stuff in like a mini form factor, little custom box.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect, I think. Way
Yeah.
more powerful, possibly cheaper. Who knows?
Yeah,
Just
dude. I
depends.
mean, yeah, it opens an opportunity for people to make like mini ITX builds where it's like literally
Yes,
like
yeah.
the size of a cube. They can just literally steam machine it. Yeah, I think the possibility is certainly there. So it's exciting
I think
times,
it's
man.
just, yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction. Really, ultimately, I think this could only be a good thing.
Yeah.
Out of the many rare like the many L's that Xbox seems to be putting out recently, I think this is a very rare W, and it needs to be embraced.
Yeah. I mean, it's to say like, I mean, lowering Game Pass price, that was a W. So are we stacking W's, Mike?
Let's calm down. I think we're only
Let's
stacking
not get
W's
too ahead of
because they had.
ourselves.
I mean, it comes in variants, bro. I mean, like
Man,
a couple of times you're gonna be stacking all
it,
the L's in the world, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be like, "Yo, we need some W's."
they're stacking W's that didn't need to be W's in the first place.
You never know with Microsoft, man.
Well, let's tell people how they can get Xbox mode on their Windows 11
Yeah,
PC, assuming they have a Windows 11 PC.
let the
Xbox mode is
people
rolling
know.
out gradually to ensure a great experience for everyone. To get access as soon as it becomes available on your PC, make sure your device is set to receive the latest Windows updates. So, you want to open settings on your Windows 11 PC, you want to select the Windows update, turn on to get the latest updates as soon as they're available. Once the update is available on your device, you will be able to jump into Xbox mode directly from your PC and start playing. We will continue evolving Xbox mode based on your feedback as we continue enhancing the Xbox experience for Windows. Cannot wait to see how you make Xbox mode part of your gaming setup. I mean, dude, this is something update within Windows. I mean, I feel like I have to try it, especially
You 100% have to
it'll give
try
me
it.
an excuse to like open up Game Pass that I'm paying for and not using. So I need to.
That's a good
I
point
need
too.
to
Yeah,
do it. Yeah, I gotta try
yeah.
it. I just want to see from like a optimization perspective too. Like, does it actually affect gameplay in a positive way? So,
I would hope so. You know, it'd be a shame if it made everything worse. That would just be the worst possible scenario.
yeah,
One of
then
the
it's like,
things that
what's the
I've been
point?
using, dude, one of the things I've been using my console for a while now is sorry, one of the things I've been using my console for a while now is actually like a streaming software device because I can remote log in on my phone and my tablet, or I can like there's so many things I can do with the fact that I have like a Droid. I can like jailbreak it a little bit, but I can remote log into my PC wherever I am in the world, and because my PC is localized and hardwired here, I don't have to use a VPN to do anything.
Hmm.
So when I control my computer remotely, it's kind of like Desktop Connect or what were the old desktop share mode. So I can like open up my
Oh yeah,
window in a browser and then like stream anything. And there
yeah.
was a point, I remember this in the last Super Bowl when I was down in like Orlando and my coworkers were trying to stream from their phone, but they were geo locked out because I don't remember exactly the reason. I was like, no, let me take a look. And I like pulled up my phone and connected on my PC, Direct TV or Spectrum or whatever it was from my TV. It's like, it's such a good idea. And I'm thinking about doing the same thing, but maybe to turn my PC, open up like the games, Xbox Games app, and then do Xbox mode on my PC and then see how that actually plays out. Because so long as I have like I can Bluetooth to my phone or tablet while it's remote connected and it'll be seamless. So long as I'm on like high quality internet, there'll be very
Yeah.
minimal lag. It's a very interesting technology and it's only going to get better as time goes on. I can't wait until people start building like open source everything and we can do that kind of stuff. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been pretty sick, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, future's bright. But I think it's cool to see Windows 11 taking on
Mhm.
Xbox mode to see if it actually makes improvements. I'll be curious to read reviews and stuff, try it out myself, and I report back. So
100%. Yeah.
should
Yeah,
be
I mean,
sick.
look at how do you not get excited for people that are only listening in? The screenshot is showing a monitor, a desktop PC that definitely looks like uh,
It looks like a Razer Blade
what's
laptop.
yeah,
So
Razer Blade's there definitely there. There's the
yeah,
regular Xbox controller.
looks like a
That's a
Lenovo
Steam
Legion
Deck.
Go. It's like
Yeah, that's yeah.
it's a Lenovo
The other
Legion.
one, there's another one in there. and it looks like they have a deal. They need an Apple. That's the big
They
one.
need a Mac.
If they could somehow get into the Apple
Tuck
notebook,
the Mac Mini in there, man.
imagine,
Sales
bro.
would go crazy.
Imagine, bro. That'd be
The new
insane.
$600 MacBooks, insane.
It'd be wild.
Which is,
100%.
I still can't believe they released a $600 MacBook. Granted, I think it's like 8 gigs of RAM, so it's like not that great. But hey, $600 MacBook, that's crazy. 2026.
They're wild out. All right,
Speaking of new
let's
devices,
continue on.
bang.
All right, let's get into the next one. Okay, so this article is coming from Eurogamer.net. We covered multiple times, and Matt Wales, my man, dude, he's been there for years. He's been there for as long as we've been doing this podcast.
He's a vet, man.
Anyhow, so Valve's Steam machine might be delayed thanks to the RAM crisis, but it's brand new €85 Wait, no, that's pounds. 85 pounds. Sorry,
Quid?
my brain was shutting off.
85 quid?
85 pounds. Yeah, quid. 85 pounds Steam controller is going it alone and finally has a release date. And if I remember correctly, 85 pounds is about 102 USD, maybe? I don't know. It depends on the day. Depends on the oil prices. Matt Wales, 6 months after Valve, dude, this guy hit me with a tough one right out the gate, bro.
Tantalizingly? Wow, that's a crazy one.
Tantalizingly unveiled its future hardware plans. One of them has successfully escaped the vortex caused by the mounting RAM crisis. Valve has announced its new Steam controller. The successor to its long discontinued 2015 effort goes on sale May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
11 years ago, Steam controller?
That's kind of crazy, dude. What was the first one? I remember it being like trash, right?
Well, it was
Or
like
am I
a weird.
tripping?
I'm pretty sure. I think it had joysticks.
It was
but
like
it had the weird
super-
like concave like. no,
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah, it was
concave, but it was like touch pads. Like that was weird.
Indulge me. Steam
The,
controller 2015. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it looked like giant D-pads.
Yeah, it's
Bro, I saw that and yeah,
on Amazon.
give me the rating. Could you imagine? Amazon Steam controller, Steam OS. What is the rating?
Give me a
4.3 at a 4.8K. Holy crap! Ain't no way. $235 on Amazon? You for real?
Oh yeah, dude. Like I'm sure it's like a sought after peripheral at this point, just because of where it was. It used to be like $20.
What are you talking about?
It used to be like $20, bro.
Are you for real?
It's probably like a new sealed inbox. It's crazy, man. But yeah, dude. It has one joystick, got some buttons, and then 2 just giant trackpads.
What?
That's
My
insane.
brain's melted right now.
Insane.
Okay. I don't even know what to say. All right, let's continue on. That's crazy. Okay, buoyed on by the success of its Steam Deck handheld, Valve made a trio of hardware announcements in November last year. The biggies were a Steam Machine Mini PC, set to be 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck, and a new standalone VR headset known as Steam Frame. But as exciting as those announcements were, it was the news of a brand new Steam controller that, as a huge fan of somewhat unfairly maligned original, had me excited. So, all 3 bits of new hardware were originally targeting a release at the start of this year, but in February, Valve was forced to revise its plans due to global memory and storage shortages caused by massive demand from tech giants going all in on AI data centers. At the time, it said it was now aiming to launch its hardware before the beginning or before the middle of 2026, and 3 months on, the Steam controller is almost ready for release. Let's freaking go, dude. Sorry, I got a really bad pop-up. Let me get rid of that. All right. So, as Valve designer Lawrence Yang explained to me last week, the fact that the new Steam controller contains neither RAM nor storage meant it's escaped the problems facing the company's other hardware. So he goes ahead and says, and so we are announcing and shipping it now because this is when it's ready. We didn't artificially hold it back for whatever reason. This is just how long it's taken to get everything ready from a hardware, firmware, software standpoint. as well as building up enough launch quality and getting it to all the warehouses around the world so that we can have a good launch quantity on ship day. Pretty sick. Valve Steam Controller Revival has been in development since the launch of the Steam Deck OLED and was, according to Valve engineer Jeremy Slocum, I believe, born from the team's earlier handheld work. As we were developing the Steam Deck, a lot of the prototypes we built were very much controller-like, but in a handheld form factor. That's the way we dialed in the ergonomics. And even then, we had inklings that these set of inputs and this kind of layout could actually make a pretty good controller design. The controller was always in our mind even as we were developing the Steam Deck. Okay. So Steam is actually trying to be innovative with controller design, and that actually might explain the atrocity that I saw from the original Steam controller. $235 controller. Holy smokes. And as Steam Deck found its footing, the team, and this is in quotes here, saw that people would dock the device, and then if they wanted to play from their couch, those inputs and those configurations that they created from their Steam Deck just didn't translate to any other controller. It was kind of a hole in the experience that we felt like we wanted to provide, explained Slocum. Honestly, that reminds me, did you ever get into Dolphin emulator or anything like that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Did you ever port anything from, like, let's say a GameCube or a Wii game on your Dolphin emulator and you were playing it on Xbox? Because you don't have to play it on PC. You could literally play it on your anything, really.
Oh yeah, cause like couldn't you play it on like a Series X or S or something? But
Yep.
like you had to do. Was it the S where you had to do some certain sort of like trickery to not get banned or something like that? Is that something else?
It's not trickery. So the one way you can get around it is with the Xbox Series S or X, you would do one of two things. The most legitimate way without worrying about anything and being up to date is you pay $20 to turn your Xbox into a dev box.
Oh,
It's a one-time payment, and then after that you're good to go. And Xbox and Nintendo had an agreement with that. That was fine. The other way around it was you would basically open up like Microsoft Edge or whatever on the Xbox, then you go to a hyperlink to download it, and then when you downloaded it off the Microsoft Store or whatever was built into the Xbox Store, you would have to forcibly like download it. It was like a loophole in a way
no.
to get it downloaded onto your PC. But any update would brick that app and you couldn't use it anymore.
Yikes.
And it was the other thing where it's like Nintendo doesn't like you playing stuff illegally,
Oh yeah.
so or like sketchy in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
So you wouldn't get banned. They would just block you from being able to use it again, and it was very annoying. So it was like just pay $20. Like it's not that big of a deal, and then Xbox would then pay Nintendo the $20 basically.
I see.
Yeah, you got to feed the trolls, bro. You're gonna
Yeah.
cross the troll bridge. You better pay the troll.
Yeah.
But that's what this reminds me of is there were moments where I was trying to play like old Sonic games and from my Xbox Series X, and I couldn't do it because it was a GameCube Dolphin emulator version, and when I ported everything over to my Xbox, because it worked perfectly on my PC and it was native basically, and then when I ported it over to my Xbox, all my pathways just stopped working. So I
Yikes.
can understand why like Steam is saying, yeah, we have a similar issue with porting, like docking the Steam Deck. We didn't finish the translation yet for like other controllers
Yeah.
because people want to just. They say you can sync up the Steam Deck with anything with a Bluetooth, right? Well, there's how many controllers out there? Like, you
Yeah.
better make sure it works with every controller. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I have a question for you, Mike.
Yeah.
If you think a controller ever needs to utilize any sort of storage, whether it's RAM or like actual like hard drive storage, have we lost the plot in controller technology?
No.
Okay.
No. No.
Oh.
Those controllers should be banned from competitive play, though.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I think fundamentally they should be banned from competitive
You don't know
play
what's on the
because
storage.
yeah, I mean, dude, there's so many people that I know. Well, not know, but like, I'm I know enough about electrical engineering, and I know enough computer programmers to know that we're 3 or 4 chips away from just grabbing an Xbox controller, cutting out a section of the box, putting in a freaking Raspberry Pi Echo, or Pico or whatever it's called, like the really small one, programming it and then putting in an entire script, auto aim, auto lock,
Oh, jeez.
macros, everything. You could 100% do that. It's not difficult. Like with enough time, you can make it happen. With AI, just freaking Claude will
Yeah,
write everything for
vibe
you.
code it.
Yeah, 100%. You can like trial and error forever, and these guys are unemployed and competing, so they have all the time in the world. But I'm saying it's like it needs to be. It's tough too because part of me thinks that you should have RAM. Part of me thinks that you should have profiles saved to your controls. I mean, like my PS5 Edge has it.
Yeah, I guess
My
that. Yeah, that's profile. I didn't think about that. But
Yeah,
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 profiles. Yeah.
profiles. But I think you need that because your stick drift will die over time. And you
Yeah.
need to make sure that you calibrate it to deal with the joysticks to keep the longevity of the controller.
Yeah.
I think that's required. I think like the Xbox controller has that. You can do that digitally with any controller you can think of. Like I built a freaking app that can do that, but it won't save to the controller natively. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's it. Just depends, man. Like, come on, you gotta have that raw input. That's why I like if you're gonna compete, mouse and keyboard's the truth.
Yeah.
Everything else is fake.
Yeah. It's crutches. Anyway.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's continue. We got about 2 paragraphs left. The last one is really just an ad read. All right, so the team remains really proud of the original Steam Deck, sorry, not Steam Deck, Steam controller, and how well it allowed people to play games not designed for the gamepad. But Slocum acknowledges it fell short just because it didn't have all the inputs that some of the games expected, meaning players had to relearn how to use the controller, which wasn't ideal for a lot of people. And so the goal this time around was to do all these things that are on traditional gamepad, as well as all these advanced inputs, and make them usable in a more pick up and play form. And then when you want to try and dip your toes into some of these advanced inputs, they're still really accessible to you. And thus, the new Steam controller, with perhaps most notably a second thumbstick and Steam Deck style layout, which will be available to add to cart via Steam on May 4th. Costs about £85 in the UK, which equates to 99 euros in Europe. And Valve also confirmed a $99 price tag in the US and $149 in Canada, $149 in Australia, and 419
Zloty?
zloty. Yeah,
Zloty.
pricing varies by region. That's actually kind of crazy that the US price tag is $99 and in Canada it's 150. Um, that's yeah.
How much is
Shout
that
out to
in
anybody
loonies and
that lives.
toonies? Sorry.
I honestly thought the 85 pounds was gonna be way more than $99. That's actually kind of sick. Let me do a quick conversion factor. Yeah, 85 pounds is $115 USD.
Oh.
Yeah, so
So they're overpaying. Ha ha. Got them.
shoot. I mean, bruh.
We're
Yeah, it's
underpaying.
actually. You said 400 ping?
That's what we're underpaying.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, you better shut your mouth though.
419 zloty. How much is zloty?
I mean, that's kind of cool, dude. I like new controllers and like new hardware. I see what they're trying to do. When you compare the original Steam Deck controller, and we showed it earlier on stream, it's like where the thumbsticks normally are was just giant touchscreen D-pads, and now this time around they have a traditional, what looks like almost close to an Xbox controller in a way, or like a PlayStation controller layout.
Yeah.
But then they have giant,
It's like
huge touchscreen.
They took the.
It,
They
it
took
makes
Steam
sense.
Deck. Steam Deck.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
it's really smart. Yeah, it's a good idea. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally it's pretty much Steam Deck layout just in a controller. So, and the Steam Deck was a lot of people really love the Steam Deck. So, and they like the controller layout. So why not just put it on an actual controller?
Sick, bro. Kind of sick.
That was smart, man. They smart.
Cool. All right, what do you got for me? What's the next one up on the table?
You want to talk about a screen on a mouse?
Kind of.
Guess what?
Only because I know you got feelings about it.
Tabitha Baker over at the Games Radar said, Turtle Beach's new mouse is giving me the ick. and it's not just the obnoxious touchscreen. So if we look at the mouse, if people watching the video, there's a mouse on my screen right now that you are seeing. That just it kind of looks like a Logitech G502 in shape. If anyone knows that mouse, kind of million buttons, kind of ergo, sort of heavy, really heavy mouse. Yeah, it kind of looks similar to that, except where I guess like the sniper button would be, not the sniper button, but like the bumper, the kind of you can see most mouse that have the front and back. Yeah, see Mike showing his, like you have the front and back button. Where that would be, it's just a touchscreen. So it's a touchscreen. There's a mic mute icon, a speaker mute icon, what I assume is a polling rate button, and then a CPU temperature indicator on a mouse.
I gotta assume those are customizable, right? Like when we start getting into this article, it's got to be customizable.
I would hope. It looks like there's a down arrow that you can. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Again, let's get into this. Listen, I love a good touchscreen. I love it when peripherals add more customization control options. I want my setup to have as many launchers, macros, and LED buttons as possible, but even I have my limits. This is I don't know if I would agree for the most part. Having all the bells and whistles and stuff, I don't really care too much. Anyway, not my opinion. Depends. Turtle Beach's new Command Series MC7 gaming mouse is now up for pre-order at a pretty flagship-looking $160, might I add. And slapped right across its shoulder, you'll find a massive 2.25-inch touchscreen display. It's not just giving me the ick, it's making me physically itchy. The screen looks like it has space for 4 different macro zones, spanning DPI shifting, profile shifting, personalized macros, and OBS controls. It's positioned just above the thumb rest, standing starkly in line with the incredibly square front end, angled very slightly with the edge of the main clicks. I just can't see universe where mid-game I can curl my thumb around to hit any of these touchscreen zones reliably. It just looks too high with too much of a ceiling on the thumb rest to be truly navigable. I don't know that was a word. Truly navigable without looking down and shifting my entire hand. You know what? Maybe you just got small thumbs. See these things? Those watching the videos, I got some lanky thumbs. I got some lanky fingers, man.
I got stubby.
Some lanky finger. I gotta reach. I'm even less likely to move my left hand over to hit anything on this panel. And this thing better have pretty intelligent gesture smarts. I can't think of anything worse than being threatened by accidental setting changes if I shift my thumb too far during gameplay. My hand is aching from the tension already. Just another screenshot of it. It's not just the giant touchscreen that made me wince over the weekend. The whole rodent is a crazy word, right? This is a mouse, all right? Now, don't get me wrong. Mouse, rodent, see? That's the... So I guess some people get it, This whole rodent just looks like it's been designed with a set square. It's somehow incredibly sharp and boxy, while also relying on heavy angles around the main click, height, and rear hump. This is one I have to see to believe. Elsewhere, the Turtle Beach Command Series MC7 offers 8,000 Hz wireless polling with 30,000 DPI sensor, all pretty standard fare for a top-end gaming mouse with competitive players in its sights. The battery presents yet another surprise, though. This is a hot swappable solution. Okay, I respect that. All right, there's like one other hot swappable solution I can think of that is glorious. I actually have the first version of one of their mouse. Great mouse. Had it for 6 years now. It's hadn't let me down. It's probably gonna die this week now that I said that. But I think the third iteration of this mouse that I have that they just came out with last year, it is hot swappable battery, and it's apparently same weight. It's not heavier. It's crazy. So that's probably what I'll upgrade to. I'm gonna probably get a new mouse.
Kind of, yeah.
But yeah, I can respect a hot swappable solution. My headset, SteelSeries Arctis Pro Nova, whatever it's called, hot swappable battery, wireless headset, never dies. It's great. So I mean, yeah, hot swappable, I think is the only way to do wireless these days. That makes sense. I feel like because battery technology is not advanced to the point where we could have a billion bajillion hours in one charge, and it may not ever reach that. So here we are.
I think that might have more to do with just like uh, what's allowed legally, I guess, because there's so many regulations with batteries. You can't use like lithium or whatever. You have to use like I don't know. I don't know much about like what battery tech is, but I do know it's all about recyclables and just making sure like you're protecting the environment and stuff. I'm really curious how maybe that's the extension of battery stuff. All I do know is after the lawsuits that happened with the internally like you not being able to take out your batteries in your phone and
Um,
replace them with newer ones.
yeah,
I think that got ruled out with the European Union, and now we can replace things with new. Um, Gives you
right.
more of an option, more flexibility for future use. But yeah, I don't really know, man.
Yeah, I need to do that with my phone. My battery is definitely seen better days.
Hmm.
Anyways, it is a hot swap solution. This mouse, much like the glorious O3 wireless, which is what I just mentioned. The glorious does it right. All right, they're ahead of the game with two 15-hour battery packs in the box. Each pack slots into the rear hump of the mouse, and when it's juiced up, returning to the included charging hub after being swapped out. I can't lie and say my first reaction to the Turtle Beach Command Series MC7 wasn't tinged with horror. I am, however, curious to see what this rodent has in store. I'm judging it particularly harshly based on looks alone, but if there's an ugly duckling redemption arc in here, I'm keen to see how it plays out. Yeah, I'm just gonna call my mouse. Yeah, like, yo, can you go grab my rodent? And someone's gonna be like, what? I'm like,
What?
my
Wait,
rodent,
what?
my mouse. I gotta use my computer to grab my rodent. That's it's good. Thanks, Tabitha. Give me a laugh. Um,
It's clever.
what do we think, Mike? Is this innovative technology that we're witnessing?
Innovative, yes. Wide consumer product,
Adoptable?
no.
No.
Not really. No. I mean, you're competing in this price range, $160, right?
Yeah.
This mouse was like $160. It is a what is it?
Logitech
Logitech
G Pro.
Pro, G Pro, black, super light.
Oh baby.
This thing is insane. It is so good,
Yeah.
and you're competing with that. Why? Okay, so what are you selling? All right, all your features, programmable buttons, touchscreen, everything like that. That tells me you need a mouse for the use of streaming. So like dual PC setup. For example, I could see who's the most famous streamer I can think of that actually has like a dual PC setup. Maybe Shroud or Tim the Tatman. Those guys having the ability to have like a quick button on the mouse, just grabbing it and clicking is really good. But I feel like most people now have the touch. What are they called? Like the Steam Decks,
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
they can just like hit all the buttons however which way they want. I feel like this is just entering an already clouded or congested market more than anything.
Yeah, I
For me,
definitely could agree.
I don't have use, but what do you see use for? Who's the target audience? Who's the target consumer?
I don't know. Like, I don't think it necessarily targets gamers. Like, maybe like from a productivity standpoint, it could be helpful to just like have buttons that you can program on the side of your mouse. So you don't have to like reach for a Steam Deck or a keyboard.
Yeah,
Like, that's the only like
that's
real like benefit I could think of where it's like, oh, okay, this kind of makes sense. Like from a productivity standpoint, it could be sick. But yeah, from a gaming standpoint, I don't know. It wouldn't make much sense. I don't think. Unless you're like macros programmed, you're like playing a MOBA. You want to be able to like, even though it's probably not like legal, use
oh
macros in a
no,
MOBA, but like,
I don't think
yeah,
so.
you're just running around pressing a button on your mouse. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many people are going to be actively buying this, personally. So, but hey, I gotta applaud Turtle Beach for trying something different. You know, I always respect that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like the innovation, or at least the try to be innovative. I'm yeah, we'll just have to kind of see, you know.
Yeah, I just have to see the lines. Do you know what else we will have to see
Oh,
if it's good or not?
dude,
Zelda.
I can't tell you how much hope I have in this. All right, let's talk about it. When Super Mario Bros. Movie came out, absolute hit, fantastic. When we see adaptations from anime to the widescreen early on, not good. They were trash. Dragon Ball, we don't talk about it.
Poo poo.
But poo poo, do poopé. Um, Poupée, but there are
Bye.
other ones out there that are like absolutely phenomenal. I think One Piece was pretty good adaptation. I think Fallout was a good adaptation. The Witcher was good until they went kind of rogue and upset Henry Cavill. But Zelda, dude, I can't tell you how much I need this movie to hit because there's so many people. Like this is gonna. I think this game being adopted to a movie will be as important to video game culture as fantasy was when Lord of the Rings went to movie adaptation.
Mm,
I
mm,
strongly believe that.
mm.
Zelda is one of the most famous names in video games. Outside of
True.
like Mario, Sonic. I mean you Zelda's top 3, right? Top 5? Donkey Kong
Gotta
is
be.
up there. I mean, bro, come on.
All right, man.
If I can't I refuse to live in a reality where they mess up a Zelda game.
Zelda
Maybe
movie.
that's a hot. Oh, sorry, movie. Yeah, I refuse. Well, they messed up plenty of Zelda games, for being fair. But like, you can't mess this one up, right? So, anyways, let's get into it. This is by Chris Compendio.
Compendio.
Compendio. It is coming from GameSpot. So the title of the article is the Zelda movie is pulling from many games, which is the right move. Leaked photos imply influences from several entries in the game series. Ooh. I was hoping kind of that they were pulling from like all games to make it so it was honestly from like every bit of the universe in the Zelda realm, so
Yeah.
everybody could like it's kind of what Super Mario Bros. Did. Anyhow, this is one of the times where I'm like, Nintendo better have a freaking iron fist on this. Don't release garbage.
Yeah.
Okay, so now deleted behind the scenes photos of the Legend of Zelda movie hint that the live action adaptation will take influences from multiple Zelda games rather than directly adapting a singular entry, which might be the best case scenario for the project. Looking back to the first photos, sorry, official set photos from the Zelda movie, the blue tunic donned by Zelda, played by Bo Bragason, greatly resembles the character's outfit in Breath of the Wild. But a photo initially shared on Instagram by the film's director of photography, Gila Pados, hopefully I didn't absolutely butcher that, shows a clapperboard with artwork of Benjamin Evan Ainsworth as Link in his traditional green tunic, hat and all. Dude,
Dude,
dude, that screenshot goes freaking hard,
I
bro.
love the clappers. I always love movie clappers. It's like, but yeah, that's a cool design. Like just
That
having like
goes
the
that goes
having just
hard,
the
bro.
logo under it. It's like,
They need to have Link looking like a freaking warrior. That's
yeah,
what they need.
that looks pretty good. Oh, just
That's
looking
called
at that.
Courage, bro. The Legend of Zelda movie Clapper featuring Link was posted on Instagram by cinematographer Gilo Patos. It is on Nintendo Deal, at Nintendo Deal on social media if you want to check it out. So the image of Ainsworth looks like the adult Link we've known since Ocarina of Time, though fans believe that the costume looks more inspired by Twilight Princess than anything. This tunic has a muted green, is similar to the darker and more mature aesthetic of Twilight Princess. Additionally, Link is wearing chainmail underneath, which he sported in Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. To be honest, yeah, that was the one thing where it was like it went kind of medieval with it.
Uh,
That was one of the reasons why I love Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword so much. You never got a chance to play those games, did you?
no, not
Bro, see, this is what I'm talking about.
bro.
For like me, I played every single one of the games. I've been playing it my entire life. I need it to be good. So people that like haven't played the games in between get the same like flavor. Like I want you to get a
Yeah.
taste test, bro. I want this to be restaurant week in your hometown, and you get to see every 5-star restaurant in your town. You get to a couple of like little entree tastes of all the greatness that is Zelda.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for people to experience this for the first time. And I'm really excited for like friends and family that never played Zelda to watch and experience this. I'm gonna nerd out so big when it comes out for sure. All right, so another photo. The paddles prematurely shared online showed crew members in what fans believe to be a set depicting the Temple of Time. Eagle-eyed observers compared elements of the set to the temple's appearance in Ocarina of Time, finding matching symbols and other similar features. Other fans pointed out that the same symbols show up outside of Breath of the Wild's version of the Temple of Time as well. There's also a photo depicting what looks like desert ruins, perhaps Gerudo. I always pronounce it wrong, and I'm terrible with reading, guys. I'm sorry. Gerudo Desert. So, to be quite honest with you, everything with Zelda, everything with Nintendo, they always use the same symbols and they use the same story. They use the same characters. There's just iterations to make things slightly different, but enough of a different experience that you will want to keep playing it. You want to relive
Yeah.
the experience for the next generation. That's the whole point of what Nintendo does. So everybody has like a shared experience in the realm of like Mario. Everybody knows if you play Mario, you're trying to rescue the princess.
Yeah.
Everybody knows if you're playing Zelda, you're trying to rescue the princess, just a little bit more medieval and elfish.
Yeah.
that's,
You try to
that's
defeat Ganon. There you go.
yeah, you're trying to defeat Ganon. There's like spiritual elements too. It's sick. All right, so a couple other things, just fans like speculating all over Twitter, Instagram, everything. Continuing on, one of the more curious photos included a drawing of characters appearing to be Zelda, Link, and Kokiri. Link is holding what looks like Kokiri Emerald, one of the spiritual stones from Ocarina of Time, while Kokiri is a fairy, possibly Navi. The drawing is signed Love Faith, which supports some fan theories that child actress Faith Delaney, is part of the film's cast. To summarize, it looks like the Zelda movie is borrowing heavily from Ocarina of Time, with elements from Twilight Princess, Breath of the Wild, pulling from several different Zelda games might be ideal for an adaptation. It fits with the larger franchise formula of retelling similar stories with variables, like I was just talking about, including different incarnations of Link and Zelda. So it's pretty sick that they're doing that. I really like the idea of pulling from elements of Twilight Princess and Breath of the Wild because one, Breath of the Wild, you'll be getting the most recent audience that has played Zelda, like young people on the Switch, the new generation. Twilight Princess, the more mature, 3D, very beautiful, and honestly adult themed, like dark medieval. Like Twilight Princess is pretty tough, and if you're paying attention, it's definitely worth checking out. And then Ocarina of Time is for like honestly full grown dads going with like their teenage kids or college kids. Like Ocarina of Time's been out since the 90s. People
Yeah.
played that when they were going to college. So they're full grown adults now, man. That was 30 plus years ago. Um, yeah. So I like how they're hitting every generation. It's pretty interesting. Um, Keep in mind, this is going to be a worldwide release as well. It's not just for one individual group of people and one individual nation. All right, where are we at? So it also is a more efficient way to honor the franchise as a whole, as narrowing the project to be a sole adaptation of, say, Breath of the Wild would be limiting and leave out fans who might have an affinity for older games in the series. It would be closer to the Fallout show, which references several games while crafting its own story, and the apparent opposite of the upcoming God of War show, which skips the classic ancient Greece games and goes straight for the more recent Norse arc. On the other hand, plucking elements from several games could have a downside if the Zelda movie is anything like a cameo stuffed Mario movies. Hopefully, the filmmakers restrained themselves from injecting every fan favorite character in joke. The movie needs anything but a moment where the crowd goes wild over a Groose cameo. Yeah, that'd be so dumb. However, the movie turns out, we'll surely learn more about it closer to May 7th, 2027, which is the premiere date, while the production recently having wrapped filming.
That's crazy. They already wrapped.
And
Woo.
oh yeah, I mean, dude, let's be real. The story is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I'm hoping it's not gonna be freaking lame, though. I really hope.
Yeah, man. I don't want them to do a Mario movie too. Like, the first Mario movie was good, but yeah, the second one, dude, it was too much. It was too much like cameos and stuff that just drew away from actually trying to write a good story. So
Yeah, there's parts of it where you need it to stand independently, I think.
yeah,
I think I will literally fall. I will die on this sword, man. I will fall on the sword on this one. I will die on this hill. Sonic the Hedgehog, the trilogy. is one of the best trilogies I've seen in a very long time. It's one of the most complete trilogies I've seen in a very long time, and it's honestly one of the best video game adaptations I think I've ever seen. And I think if you haven't watched the series, you absolutely have to go back and watch it. It's phenomenal, especially for people that played the game growing up. You need to go watch it because they do cameos and like little drop offs of like little like, oh yeah, you played this like Sonic 3 on like the original PlayStation or the Sega, and like there's a couple of things here and there. You played the remake that was ported to Windows at the time because they had an entire like Sonic the Hedgehog package. I remember this one was like early 2000s, like late 90s. I grew up playing it, and you literally could only use the arrow keys.
Yeah.
It was in spacebar. It was so good, dude. And they had so many like themes and people that were invested with the story or the games. There were like a little bit of a nudge
Yeah.
like, hey, this is for you, bro. And then there were other stuff where it's like, if you never played the games, it was just a good story, start to finish, all the way through the trilogy. And
Yeah.
honestly, that's what Zelda needs, man.
Yeah, no, I
It's
I would agree, dude. Like, I don't know, you gotta go somewhat separate with it.
yeah,
I mean, obviously, there's elements of games you should pull in, but I think it
yeah.
shouldn't. I hopefully it doesn't distract them too much from just like making something just like on its own and kind of can draw people
Well,
in, maybe entice people to check out the games. That's how you know
yeah,
it'll be good. If it entices
I
people to play, there you go, you won, you did it.
100%. Um, I want to walk out of the movie watching with somebody that knows I'm like a big big Zelda fan, and they've never played Zelda, and I want to walk out of there, and I want them to say to me, "How can I play the game? Like, what game should I start with?"
Yeah,
My dad basically did that with Fallout. I showed him the first 3 episodes, and he was like, "Yeah, play the fourth." And he was locked in, and he watched everything. Like
yeah.
he's watched more than I have. I haven't watched the last season all the way through. He watched all of them, and he asked me, he goes, "So what happens in like the games?" I'm like, dude, you have literally never played video games in your entire life. You're 70 years old. What are we talking about? This is nuts.
That's so funny.
I want that experience, man. I want that experience.
Yeah, yeah, man. I hope this delivers in that way. We got a year, so in a year we'll find out.
Unfortunately, we do, but at least that's a year of positivity we can look forward to.
Hey,
We got the content coming, baby.
get you.
Look at me. Not
Look
being
at
negative.
you, bro. Let's go.
Not
So
crashing out on the timeline.
it's the mic I need back, dude. I ain't got enough of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I've been in doomer mode with work recently. It's been infecting personal life. I apologize, but
Hey, man.
this is really exciting. I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be sick. And there's a couple other things I want to talk about is like the 8-bit do, the Turtle Beach mouse and the Valve controller made me think about the 8-bit do Ultimate 3 edition controller that was coming out. If you recall, that was the one that can use the gyro to aim, where you're going up and down, left to right
Yeah.
with the stick. So there's a lot of stuff out there that I'm kind of looking forward to.
Yeah, man.
What'd you just pull up?
I'm not actually showing any of the viewers right now watching the video, but I actually saw something recently that was that caught my eye. It actually was earlier today. Apparently, if I can pull up, I wonder if I can like. Okay, let me not play audio. I can find the video. Essentially, people have reverse engineered the OG 2001 Xbox dashboard and reconstructed it to run on Windows PC. And
Oh
so,
yeah,
and it's actually pretty
yeah.
cool. It
It's
actually
called
looks
Zemu. XEMU. Actually, it's one of the ways. So for any of you that don't know, we play Halo 2 competitively online, and we have to build our own dedicated servers, and we run them in VPS or like a physical centralized server that we built and installed. But basically, it's super cool where we did this. We build an emulation of what you're showing, where we allow the centralized server to launch a modded version of Halo 2 that can't spawn into the game. It does a very minimal amount of processing, but it hosts all the boxes. It never spawns in the game, passes leader to somebody else, and creates a neutral host environment. And not only that, live feed, bro. Have you watched like competitive COD? not COD, competitive Counter-Strike, where they have like the charts of like what individual person has in terms of equipment, guns, health bar, and like ammo. Have you seen those like
Yeah.
live
Oh
feeds?
yeah.
We rebuilt that in Halo 2 Classic.
Oh
And
sweet.
by we, I mean MVC, shout out the GOAT. MVC built this out, and we're looking at implementing it at the next LAN and like doing an overlay.
Oh, that'd be actually
It's
sick.
it's
Okay.
gonna be
Oh,
so sick,
that's
dude.
next level. That's next level right
It's
there.
gonna be next level wild. Allow people to actually like you can only see 4 POVs at once,
Yeah.
only hear the audio of one team, and we're gonna have it set up so like you can watch and see people winning, losing kind of thing. It's gonna
That'd
be
be
freaking
fun, man.
nuts.
Next level. Yeah. Sick. But yeah.
Hmm.
This video is funny too because apparently this is the Xbox dashboard running natively on a Switch. It's just like, all right, here we are. But
On a
yeah, no.
Switch,
Yeah,
holy!
yeah. This guy apparently got it running on a Switch, and I think via like Linux. But yeah, dude, no, it's kind of cool to see like just the interface and all that. I mean, I've seen like obviously other videos of it too, and it's like, oh, looks sleek. And there's a bunch of people like bunch of people are just getting nostalgic, like, man, this was so futuristic at the time. We just don't get stuff like
At the
this
time,
anymore. It's
it was
like
actually insane. Yeah,
it looks so
I
just
will.
kind of ahead of its time.
I will say one thing about video games, just in general, and games that are like coming out recently. Their UI is horrifically bad. I don't know what happened. It's so bad, dude. Nothing makes sense anymore. You can't find anything. Nothing is intuitive. They when you open up the settings, they show you how to basically program the entire game yourself. It makes no sense, dude. It's
It's
way
true.
over the top.
It's true.
Like just I need three freaking settings, man. Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's actually funny. But yeah, no, that was something I saw. It's kind of interesting. Of like, oh, OG Xbox dashboard is coming back, so you can run it on Windows and apparently on Switch too.
Yeah.
Maybe something to check out for all those Xbox fans out there.
Be lit, bro. Maybe sick.
Anything else catch your eye this week, Mike?
Not really, man. Uh, not honestly. Sadly, not much. I mean, I'm just chilling. I'm just trying to watch some more content. We got some Formula One races coming up. We got the Canes playing. I'm just trying to stay positive when it comes to sports. Crash out on the timeline anytime political stuff happens, and that's really it. There's not much to it, man. No.
Not
What
much
about
to the
you?
life of Mike. Hey
No,
man, I
no,
feel
no.
it.
Like I'm
Not
I'm
much to
trying
the
to
life
keep
of
it
Kyle,
simple
man.
right now. Yeah,
Not much to the
we're
life right
both
now.
just doing the same thing, dude.
Yeah, man. Feel it.
Oh man.
Love it.
Well, how about we let the people go? We're already late to release. They probably think we're never not going to publish today. They're going to wake up tomorrow morning and be like, "Oh crap, they published late last night."
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll let the people go unless you have something else to add. I don't think you do,
Nah,
right?
man. We're good. Let's get out of here.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys for tuning into the M2 podcast. We have timestamps and everything that we covered in the description below, including links. We have tiny URL links for all the articles that we covered. So go check them out. You can probably just subscribe, follow the creators and writers, and actually get the news before we do. But yeah, that's basically all I got. And without further ado, we'll let the people go. I'm Michael Anthony. That's Kyle Heath. We appreciate you guys for tuning in this week in the M2 podcast, and we'll see you next week at the proper time. You'll see the release Friday morning.
Yep.
Actually, we got to record Thursday night again. Yeah, we got to talk about that in a second. I got to go to freaking Maine. Spontaneously, I got to go up to Maine.
I wanna
I know.
go to Maine. All right, sorry. No con on the brain now. You said
Yeah,
Maine.
I've been listening to Con for the last like 3 days. That's really what I've been
One of
doing.
my favorite songs
You've
by
been,
him.
yeah, you've been playing video games? Nah, I've been listening to Con, bro. All right, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll see you later. Keep gaming. Game more than us. You're probably already doing that. We're struggling right
They
now.
game more than
I'm
us,
gonna get to the
please.
cloud game. Yeah. Please. We'll catch you later. Hope you enjoyed the pod, and we'll see you in the next one.
Everyone.
Adios.